What's going on, everyone? Big Sip here, coming at you with another video of World of Warships Legends. And today I wanted to talk about a couple things. First being gunboats, their role in the game and where they're sitting right now, and I think it's a really good place. Talk about debatably the best gunboat commander in the game, and then last but not least, let's talk about making the winning play late in the game. And kind of assessing where the game is and trying to figure out what we need to do in order to get the win. In the background, we have a game of domination on Greece. And you can see we're in the Russian Tier 7 destroyer Tashkent. This is one of the best gunboats in the game, and what makes it stronger is its commander. For my Russian gunboat builds, I'm tapping Vladimir Trubetskoy, Trubes is what I call him, as my commander, and he comes with base trait of the battle rages on, which reduces the incoming damage into your destroyer. Slot 1, observant range. Slot 2, look at me now. Slot 3, and the key to his success, playing with fire. Slot 4, smoke on the water, and legendary skill of unstoppable. Now, playing with fire is the key to his success. Playing with fire increases the chance of a fire being caused with the main battery, but it also increases the main battery range of the ship. Now, it does come with a trade-off, and the trade-off being that you get 30% less damage with your HE shells. So it's going to be a little bit rougher when you're going up against a gun battle with other destroyers, but in the long run, I think this is a good trade-off. One of the negative sides of this line, though, is the detectability. So to help with that, I go with a full stealth build, which is having inspirations of Bay and Swirsky to get it down to 5.6 as my base detectability. So looking at the actual ship mods, go with Aiming Systems Mod 1, Prop Mod 2, Concealment Mod, and Torpedo Launchers Mod 3. And what we get here is kind of a good combination of gunboat, torp boat. It has the ability to do both, and I really build it out to try to wither ships down. I want to be going for those wither medals. I want to get them flooding. I want them to be using their damage con early, and then as soon as they use their damage con, I can get more torpedoes, more shots on them, hopefully catching fire or grabbing some floods. So main battery, you get 3x2 130mm guns, a range of 13 kilometers. Kind of Atlanta-esque with that range. Reload 4.6 seconds. HE has a max damage of 1,330 with a 16% fire chance. Those are cruiser level fire chances. AP has a max damage of 2,500. On the torpedoes, we have a 3x3, 533mm. They have a range of 8 kilometers. Reload time of under a minute, 58.7 seconds. Max damage of 14,400. Kind of the one knock on them, they're a little slow in the water at 60 knots. Ultimately, this gives the ship a health pool of 21,500 points. AA rating, like most destroyers, a little low, 25. Max speed on the faster side, 43.8 knots, and a rudder shift of 6 seconds. Alright, so let's look at this game here. We started about halfway in where each team's down to 4 ships on each team, and we're trying to make the winning play here. Fortunately, the other team's destroyer was the first ship we had an encounter with. Took a significant chunk of our health, but we were able to get away, and now we have 4 battleships to deal with. And you see on the cap side, we are hurting majorly. Red team has 3 caps. So fortunately here, able to get one of the battleships off the board. This was more of a bad play by the Georgia than a good play by me. As soon as I fired my guns, the Georgia should have turned in, bow straight at me. They did the opposite, turned away, went completely broadside, and that's why they had all those torpedoes. Thankfully, though, that was really good for us. But you see, it's still far from over. We're almost 300 points in the hole. So the first thing I want to do is I want to start getting into this Bravo position, capture that base, and then try to inflict as much damage as possible. Now the trick with this ship is this fire chance. You saw right there, we got a fire on the North Carolina. We're at 124 hits and 9 fires. So that real fire chance is absolutely phenomenal. That's, you know, if you're able to get 300 hits with the main battery in the game, you're probably going to get 20 fires. So this is the type of game you want to be doing. You want to hide behind islands. You want to use your smoke screens. You want to be able to take out the enemy battleships after, of course, after taking out the enemy destroyers. Now, to get a full understanding of the effect that troops has compared to other nations' gunboats, just this little chart here. So starting with the Fletcher, 11 kilometer range, 5% fire chance, 2.6 second reload. Akazuki, once again, 11 kilometers, only 5% set fire chance, but 3-second reload. The only one that gets a little bit closer on the range is the ZF6, which is 11.7 kilometers, 6% fire chance. And then if we're looking at only fire chance, it's the Fantastic, but it only has 11 kilometer range and 10% fire chance. So you're significantly shorter on the range and significantly lower on the fire chance no matter which way you go. So Troops is an absolute beast of a commander when it comes to this. And this is why I think this ship is the best, absolute best gunboat. Alright, so let's look at the game now. You see, we're up by a ship, but we're still down now by almost 350 points. So we're going to have an issue here that the enemy team could hit the max points before we hit the end of the timer. Fortunately, our Georgia takes out the Suzuya there, but this North Carolina on the far west side takes out our Suzuya. So now we're at 2v1. You see the Georgia right there telling me to go cap C. I'm not sure that's the right play right now. So right here, I'm doing the math in my head. I'm looking at how many points we're accruing, and I'm deciding, no, taking that cap point isn't going to help us win the game. Because what's going to happen, if I go cap C, the North Carolina is going to roll in cap A. So it's just going to be a flip. We're going to end up at 3-1 on the caps at the end of this, and we're going to lose. So our only option at this point is to kill the North Carolina. So I go back, I start facing towards the west, and you see that once again they're calling for C. I'm saying no, we need to go get A, because I don't want them to go to C either. I'm going to need their support. I need those big guns to take some shots at the North Carolina, and because without them, I'm not sure if I'll be able to kill the North Carolina on my own. So right here, you see in the very bottom left, +4 for every 9 seconds. So I'm sitting here, I'm doing the math, trying to figure out, make sure this is the right play. Fortunately, the North Carolina didn't start running towards the edge of the map. Had they, this game would have been over. So once again, looking at that 16% fire chance on this boat, what I need to do is I need them to burn their damage con early. So I'm just going to shoot as many shots as I can without really putting myself in too much danger, but I can't be too lazy with this. I need to make sure that I make it happen, because even if I die, if I get a fire started on North Carolina, this can be a win for us still. So I'm just trying to make sure the resetting, getting the defense, that's just a little bit of an added bonus. What I really want to be doing is aiming for that superstructure and trying to get a fire. Fortunately, we're able to get behind the island, but they get 2 fires, knock out my engine and rudder. But right there, we get the fire. Now we're watching the damage in the top right. We see it's not accruing anymore, so they use their damage con. Now all I need to do to win this game is catch another fire on the North Carolina. So I know that they just shot. By the time they get spotted again, most likely they will have another shot loaded. But I want to go ahead, try to use this island as a little bit of cover and lob shells over as much as possible. And right there, that's exactly what we need, and that's why this ship's so good. The North Carolina had to use the damage con for the first fire or they would have died. So this immediately gave me the ability to get another fire on them, and this time it's a perma fire. They didn't have the health to survive, and thankfully we're able to get the win. Looking at the scoreboard here, 154 hits, 12 fires. Like, this is the fire chances I'm looking for. Great XP game and great game overall by the blue team. You know, we stayed alive long enough. We're able to get the caps late, and good work by the Georgia on the far side. That's all we have for this one. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or concerns, drop them in the comments down below. If this is your first time coming to the channel, consider hitting subscribe. We'll have a lot more videos coming at you shortly. Have a great day.